man, starting this thing out, man, we got to contain this quarterback. We know it ain't going to be Lamar, but Tyler Huntley, still athletic, still a dude that can get it done. So with the pass rush, you still got to rush. Teams get scared to rush these type of dudes because they don't want them to scramble. They don't want them to get out the pocket. But then the problem is you leave your DBs on the hook for way too long, and that's how you see a Lamar just spit back there, pop, 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 and then getting it off. Or Tyler Huntley to a similar extent, all right? So that's one of the things for us with our pass rush. Man, we got to actually rush this dude, but be smart. Contain him, right? Make sure you balance in your rush lanes. Interior dudes, man, we don't need two y'all on the same side of him. That means there's a big hole over here and vice versa, right? Your edge rusher, man, if you going inside, make sure you talking to that D tackle so he knows to get outside to cover your lanes. That's how them type of quarterbacks gas you in terms of stepping up and getting out them pockets when them rush lanes aren't what they need to be. So that's the first thing we got to be locked in on. Next thing after that, man, you hit on that running game, right? Well, that means our inside linebackers, Miles Jack, Mark Robinson, yeah, eyes.
Maybe Jalen Smith.
Jalen Smith, potentially, absolutely. Maybe Landon Roberts. I'm definitely not as worried about Landon with this comment, but specifically these dudes, Miles Jack and Mark Robinson, your eyes. Your eyes, man. That's what gets them in trouble right now. If their eyes are good, they make every play they're supposed to make, man. But Baltimore is going to test your eyes, man, with all of that smoke and mirrors, man. Is a handoff, not handoff, motion, stuff like that. So see what you are supposed to be seeing, man. That's going to be big in order for us to stop this running game because they are capable. If you're out your gap, that thing is hitting downhill in the A gap. And Gus Edwards and Justice Hill look really good when they do that, man. So we don't want that to happen. So I need my inside linebackers' eyes to be where they're supposed to be. Now, this is where we kind of got to play it by ear. If Zay Flowers is playing, I don't know. But if he is, that's the one I want JPJ on. That's the one for JPJ. And I love it, too, because, you know, we love both of them coming out. Was really high on Zay Flowers, really high on JPJ. Like them both right there. But that's their best receiver. That's the reason why their offense is as explosive as it is down the field. And, yeah, JPJ, shoot. You know you ain't had the best game last week, so it's time for a little redemption. Zay Flowers is not as big as DK, so I expect him to look bullyish. I want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, put your hands on it.
Yeah, different type of receiver.
Different type of receiver now, man. Get back to being you. You punching down now. You not the small guy getting punched down on, man.
Now, here's what I'll say. I don't know if JP's played a guy that's
I don't think
more
he has.
shifty or as good of a route runner as
I don't think
Zay
he has,
this
man.
whole season. So, yeah, it'll be a good test.
That's what and that's why we like both, man. But I don't know if Zay will play. I know last week he was dealing with a calf injury going into the game. They didn't know he was going to play. And he didn't look like he was going to be good in warm-ups. But he played and he hooped. He was balling. So I don't know if they play him or not. But I don't think they're going to sit him and Odell.
I got a report here from Chris G in the chat.
What you got?
He's got the questionable the statuses. He says OBJ out, Harrison out, Humphrey out, Jackson out, Flowers doubtful. Darby questionable, Hamilton questionable, Millette questionable.
Yeah, because
Stevens questionable,
Yeah.
Wallace questionable.
Okay.
That's what they got for statuses. So nothing on Smith or Queen.
Yeah. And you said Humphrey is out then, right?
Humphrey out.
All right. We ain't got to worry about the next one then because I was going to say Marlon Humphrey versus GP because I thought that George Pickens was going to draw him a little bit more, especially how he's been playing. But that means
he did good against him in the first matchup too.
Oh, yeah, but that's what I'm saying, though. Because of how hot GP has played these past 2 weeks, you're putting Humphrey on him if they was going to play him. So you said Darby's out too. That's why I'm like...
Questionable.
Or he's questionable. Okay, so if Darby plays, then it'll probably be Darby on him. Yeah, that's barbecue chicken, bro. We got to have that one. I don't care. And there ain't no slight at Darby. It's just what I expect from GP. It's literally what we talking about here, man. Darby's a good player.
You're saying a Mason Pickens clinic here.
I'm saying GP has been playing at a high level with Mason at quarterback. Why should that stop for Ronald Darby? Is Ronald Darby the reason that should stop?
It didn't stop against Seattle secondary, huh?
If it was Reek Woolen, if it was Devin Witherspoon, okay, cool. If it was Marlon Humphrey, okay, cool.
Pickens still had over 100 yards.
Bro, it can't be Ronald Darby, bro. It has zero to do with Ronald Darby, but it cannot be Ronald Darby, bro. That's all I'm saying, man. Like I said, I hate it had to be you. But, yeah, that's just how it's got to go, bro.
Yeah, who was he going up against whenever we played the Bengals? Was that a Woozy?
It had to be.
I'd take him over Darby.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it ain't that Darby's a bad player. Darby's a good player. But Darby ain't stopping GP, man. Can't happen. So, y'all obviously know. GP, yeah, I'm ready to get my popcorn ready. I'm ready to celebrate with you, all right? Whatever the celebration is, man. All right, I'm down. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm usually late to the party, but I'll figure it out. And then last, you said no Roquan and no Patrick Queen. So this is actually
we don't no status on them.
No status.
No status.
Okay, fair enough. So they do stay true then. So this last one is Roquan and Patrick Queen versus Mason Rudolph specifically, and this is what I'm talking about. Roquan just had a pick last week, man, running cover 3, reading the quarterback's eyes, jumping a route, boom, big time play, right? Patrick Queen got him a pick earlier in the season. We obviously remember when we played them a year ago here in Pittsburgh. Who was the cat that got the pick in the red zone?
Was it Queen?
And then it was another time. And then it was another time. Who was the other guy that got the pick in the red zone? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Was it Roquan?
Yeah. Because we ain't talking about.
I remember Queen.
We ain't talking about the last one. The last one was like the bomb where it was like, yo, what was that, bro? Are you tripping right now? But yeah. So with those two dudes, man, they are elite level hook droppers, man. They are elite level dudes that read the quarterback's eyes and they can get to the football, whether it's interceptions, PBUs, but more importantly, they just get in a lot of throwing lanes and they make quarterbacks very uncomfortable with what they're trying to accomplish. So obviously for Mason, man, we're loving what we're seeing from him. He's been doing extremely well these previous 2 games, man. These are going to be the best hook droppers he's seen, though, these past 2 weeks.
Maybe we just throw bombs on the sideline.
That's how I like it, honestly. You said Cal Hamilton is what? You said Hamilton is out, right?
Questionable.
He's questionable. Okay, Hamilton is questionable. Yeah, I love working the outside. Yeah. And on top of that, Mason, if you look at him statistically in this new run, he's killing the outside passes right now. That's where he's living at. So it's like, man, I love that once again this week because if Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith are playing, they thrive in them hook areas, man. And
maybe you hit them in the third quarter on a play action. They cheat up a little bit, go to one of those sidelines. You hit moves across the middle for like 15, 20 yards.
Yeah.
But
But that's how I feel about it, man. So I'm ready for picks. You ready for picks, man? Let's drop this real quick. It is 45. Dang, going Deke. Bro, we ain't standing here till 7. All right, Deke. Okay. We got it. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be efficient with it.
Yeah.
Mason keeps it up. Keeps balling. Plays like QB1. Listen, I've kept the predictions under 30. So I'm going to keep doing that. We get 23. And Ravens get like 13. 23-13.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it's like last week where, we have a final drive or two, but all we got to do is get a first down or not turn the ball over, kick a field goal, something like that.
Yeah.
To where it's like, okay, game's up.
Okay.
No heart attack. Actually, with Mason at quarterback, no heart attacks these last 2 weeks.
We had no heart attacks. This is like, I like this.
I don't know. See, we had to get that first down on offense.
But we still were up, though. It
wasn't like we
had
7.
it to like score. It was like, yo, you would still had to come out here and march.
Right.
Yeah.
Typically, we don't get that first down. We have to punt it, defense.
Yeah. And we had just saw our defense get a stop too in the end zone where you had the field goal, where you had to kick the field goal.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Those were some of the more smoother sailing Steeler games we've seen in a while.
I like your energy.
Right. So 23-13.
2013.
Mason plays good. Najee gets the 1,000.
We need that 1K.
So he gets 70 plus, whatever that is. And we get a strip sack for sure. Someone, TJ or Highsmith. And we get a pick from Huntley for sure.
Facts.
I'd like it to be JPJ.
Mandatory. That'll be a stamp on it.
It's either JP. I'm going to say too many names here. We'll stick with JPJ. If I name 2 or 3 other players, it's like, that just increases my chances of getting that right.
For sure. I think I like Pat P for it. I like Pat P for the pick.
I was going to say him
I
next.
like Pat. No.
Huntley ain't ready for that Pat P at safety.
No, that's different.
Especially if we get Minka back, too.
There's a chance. It's definitely a chance. But no, Pat P will get one.
So JP, I think he just doubles up on his Ravens picks on the year.
Okay.
Got the first one against the Ravens.
I like it.
Closes out the season with one against the Ravens.
I like it. Man, for me, I think it's a beautiful game, man. I think that we win, and it's a comfortable win. Now, my score is 27-20. So at the end, it's going to appear closer. But think of it very similar to, the garbage time situation. They might do the whole, all right, try to get a touchdown at the end or kick the field goal at the end. And that's the difference between it being 27-20 versus 27-17. You know what I mean? Like that type of vibe with it, man.
We're up
but
2 scores.
Yeah, I don't think that they're going to be able to have the horses, especially when you don't have Lamar out there. That is going to change a lot. And what we have to play for, we don't have a tomorrow. So you already know what type of time we're going to be on for 4 quarters, and we don't like them, period. So, yeah, man, I think that's definitely one of the ones. And I do think Mason continues to look good also. Yeah, definitely do, man. It's going to be interesting to see about them questionable cats, though. Not just in terms of them playing, how long they play. Roquan and Patrick Queen, even if they do play, I don't anticipate you seeing them in the second half.
It's just stupid.
Yeah, so I'm like...
It's just really stupid if you do that.
Yeah. I'm like, if they're already questionable coming into this game, and Patrick Queen was taking some time to get up last game, like you could tell he was dealing with a shoulder. So it's like, you're not going to see them for 4 quarters. The backup is the backup for a reason. Not saying that he's terrible, but he's the backup. Our starters need to make their backups look like backups, and I think that's ultimately how this thing goes, man.